Coach, welcome to the OVC. Can you give me your general thoughts on the 2023 season?
Well, since it's our inaugural year, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to unfold. Uh, Actually, every single year that we go into baseball, no matter what the level, we think we know what's going to happen, and inevitably we don't know what's going to happen. It's just going to be exciting to be a part of a new adventure, and to sit there and watch our guys experience this transition to D1.
What is one thing that you're most excited about with the transition?
I guess the level of commitment. I thought in years past that we did a pretty good job in terms of being as committed as we possibly could be, but the work ethic overall on and off the field has been elevated, and you could just tell that the players have a little bounce in their step and are a little bit more enthusiastic with that commitment, meaning that they're all in. So for me, as a coach that's been around for a little while, it's exciting to see our level of commitment and pursuit of excellence.
What is one challenge your team will have during this transition period?
Adversity. Every season, every team has that. You have to go through fire to sit there and get to your goals, and you have to be able to handle those lows as well as the highs, and making sure that you still realize there's work to be done when you're having a little run of success. But adversity, being able to handle it, and especially in our inaugural year, but really there's no excuses. You got to go out and you got to play. There's no pre-existing situation or excuses, I should say, going into a ball game or into a season. It is what it is. You have an opportunity, you deal with it, and you attack it, and you're not shocked when things don't go well. Failure is a great teaching tool. It's an opportunity to gain growth, and the 2023 campaign will be no different in that light.
What are your just general thoughts about Lindenwood being a member of the OVC?
The timing was right. There's no question that certainly any time that I'd be talking to our peers or other coaching bodies with other programs, they would always be asking over the years, when are you guys going D1? Geographically speaking, can there be a better fit for Lindenwood University in the transition? There can't be. So this was the right move geographically, which for the quality experience for the student athlete can't be beat, can't be measured, and how important that is in this transition. But just from a financial standpoint, just from a fit standpoint, this is exciting that it's part of this league. It's the right league for us. It's the right timing for us.
What are your opinions on the OVC overall? You're new, there's a lot of new players. What can you expect or think you can expect from the league?
When recruiting for the D2 level, there's a lot of players that are on the bubble, I guess, of mid-major, of some of the teams that are in the OVC. And some of them might have been slighted in a way. My perception of the OVC is I understand the level of competition, and it's a competitive league. Obviously, it's well known as an offensive league. Again, underrated in terms of the amount of competitive baseball teams that we have in the conference. Excited about that. I like the benchmark where you would have those type of teams to sit there and ascertain exactly where you fit in the scheme of things. So you don't have to sit there and go too far when you play some of the leaders of the conference to find out what type of team you need to be. This affects not only how you play the game, but of course recruiting and every aspect of the financial resources that is into the program, the facilities, everything. There's a measuring stick in which to utilize. So this competitive league, again, is right for Lindenwood University, and just excited that about the fit.
What is one strength of your team this year?
That's a tough one. I think that the overall strength would have to be the young pitching staff. They're strike throwers. The ability to sit there and go with some of those youngsters that are throwing strikes. They may be a little lower velo than sometimes than maybe some of the others, the other ball clubs. But when it's all said and done, when you're pounding the strike zone, if they allow themselves to do that, which they're doing currently and have a history of doing so, I think it gives you a chance. And there's way to sit there and build upon that strength. The continuity throughout the season, certainly you can expect more, or you can hope for more growth, handle the mental game the right way, the pitfalls, as we had talked about before, the perseverance. But if those guys handle that and get through it, again, we should be playing our best game the last game of the year. Not sure exactly where we'll be standing relative to the standings with that, but I am confident when you have a young pitching staff like that we believe in, that will have quite a bit of contribution, expected contribution to our team, that we will be playing our best game the last game of the season, whenever it may be.
Can you tell us about 2 or 3 players to watch this year from your team?
Again, another tough one, but offensively, Joe Copeland, left-handed hitter that transferred in from McKendree, certainly gave us fits last year when we played McKendree. And in terms of him facing the upper level competition, I think he can do it. I think he's the right guy for the job. He'll either be in left field or DH for us, and again, give us a little bit of power from the left side. Brett Bowers from Riverside Community College in California is seemingly a pretty good hitter for us, and certainly has a lot of expectations on his shoulders. Marcus Hyson is our first baseman for us, left-handed hitter from Iowa Western. Again, balanced hitter from the left side, and really good hands, really good defensively. He'll be expected to shoulder quite a bit of responsibility of offensive production. Preston Salazar is a two-way player for us. He'll probably go on Friday nights. He'll be asked to DH, certainly when maybe a left-handed pitcher throws. So he'll be pulling double duty, certainly here and there. And a lot of responsibility on his shoulders in terms of getting us off to a good start in each series, if that indeed ends up being the case. So mainly those 4 guys. There's certainly, as every ball club has, other guys that we're hopeful on. We're hoping that Brody Roach is healthy this year and is able to contribute. He's a tough pitcher for us out of the pen. Tenacity and resiliency is his strength. So if he's able to go, I feel good about that.
Tell us a little about your non-conference schedule.
Well, it was interesting being announced in late February or early March when we were going D1. So we had to put together a schedule that, for the most part, the weekends were already full for 99% of the D1 teams in the country. Nevertheless, we had to get it done. So we did get it done, in my opinion, starting off the season with down in Thibodaux, Louisiana against Nicholls State. I think that'll be really interesting for us, 4-game series, Friday through Monday, single nines all the way through. And we'll see how that works out. Hopefully we get good weather down there, and we come back and host Minnesota Mankato State in a series before going back out to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And we'll get to see what we're all about down on Padre Island. So play Alabama State, Belmont, Nebraska at Omaha in the middle of the year when we have our conference bye weekend. I think it's a good schedule. It is a schedule that is going to test us and allow us to sit there and again to see where we stand, how we match up, and just exactly what it is that we need to do before the OVC conference starts.
Last question. You announced you're retiring. Talk about that decision to retire.
Well, quite honestly, the focus is on the players throughout this season, and certainly it's time for me to hand it to the new guard. I think it's an exciting time for Lindenwood to go into the OVC. Again, I just think it's just for the university, perfect timing. Then that gets one thinking about the long term, the health of the program. And when somebody is year to year, I'm not sure that's beneficial for the program, certainly not in terms of the recruitment aspect of it. So I certainly have a game plan outside of Lindenwood University and coaching college baseball. And so once I realized all that I was going to achieve, it made for a pretty easy decision. But then at the same time, I wanted to make the decision where there really wasn't any answers for our players. It's always about the players, and the 2023 season is all that matters. That's out in front of them, and rather than wait, just get it out on the table and just make sure that the school has an opportunity to go ahead and search for a coach right now and give the players really few questions going forward. We can concentrate on the 2023 season. So it, again, is always about the players.
Well, Coach, thanks for joining us this morning, and best of luck this season.
Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.